What's up, YouTube family? We're back with another crazy one today. We are going to be breaking down a simple day trading strategy which you can actually use in like um, your trading, right? And so far for the week, we actually did use this particular strategy, and then we actually did 100 to 1K last night, right? And during the day, we actually did take a 500 to we actually did take a 500, right, all the way to 2.5K, right? And this was literally a trade that was like copied across every single account on our copy trading system, right? So I'm literally going to be breaking down every single trade taken, and they're all literally based off a day trading perspective, right? And how you can literally apply this to your arsenal and then replicate the same thing. So every single setup right here actually has a very high potential for a crazy win rate, right? And at the same time, a crazy risk reward with precision, right? So let's hop onto the chat and see how we actually did this. So if you're practically new to this community, don't forget to like and subscribe. And then if you're looking to be part of the free Telegram community, you can click on the link in this particular video description to be part of our free Telegram community, right? So this is literally the good chat, and this particular strategy works across every single pair as we're only looking to like capitalize on trade continuations, right? So I'm actually going to be showing you all how to like go about this and how you can actually like smash the same trade and then actually replicate the same flips over and over again. So this is the good chart, right? And so far, these are literally the trades we've taken so far for the week, last week and this week, right? And for this week, we actually did have just this trade right here, which did come in on Tuesday. We actually did have this on Tuesday still, and then this actually happened on Wednesday. And we actually did take a loss right here. This happened on Thursday, and then we are literally on a buy right here, which we are literally floating. Um, we are literally floating over 4.5K, right, and profits of a $500 account, right? So the question is, how do we do this? Now, if you're literally a day trader, right, you literally have no business trying to like break down your trades from the weekly and so on, right, or the daily. But in this particular scenario, right, I'm going to make sure you all understand how to like frame your bias so easily and at the same time um, applies this trading strategy, right? So for your bias, right, you actually want to make sure you're literally trading off the 4 hour levels, right? You switch all the way to the 4 hour levels. And then on the 4 hour levels, right, you actually want to look at for clean SNL levels, right? And when we talk about clean SNL levels, you're looking at for high value points in price, which actually have uh, a high tendency to like push price all the way to the downside or to the upside. So in this particular scenario, we are going to make use of this buy that did pan out all the way to this upside, right? And we actually do have this particular cell. We're literally going to look up how you can do this. Now, starting off with this particular cell, which actually did pan out for the day, I'm literally going to break down um, the two scenarios which we actually have for the day. That was yesterday where we actually did this particular flip in the community, right? So I'm literally going to be breaking it down and then showing you how to like grab all this. So I'm literally going to be breaking down this buy to sell right here. Okay, so this is a day trading setup, right? As I did say, you actually have to like put in the work to be able to do this. So right here now, we actually did see price drop through a London section all the way to the downside, right? And if you take a look at the next possible area in price, where price is actually playing off, right? We actually do see the presence of what we call a blind spot, right? Now, if you're literally looking to understand what a blind spot is, right, you can click the link in this particular video description to be part of the community, right? Every single info on which particular setups you look out for is being sent in there for free. So this is particularly a blind spot. And when price comes to a blind spot, you know for sure that these particular levels actually have high value areas, or they're literally high value areas that price is meant to react from, right? So we can see if you're the engulfing candle right here, if you're the engulfing candle, but this right here, this engulfing candle right here is way higher than this, right? So we're practically going to make use of this. Now we see for sure that let's use a cleaner chart. All right, so we actually do see the presence of this right now. So this is a clean chart, right? Which I'm literally still going to like clear out the entire drawings for the sake of this class. So we actually do have a blind spot right here. Okay, so we actually do have a failed engulfing candle right here. And what happens when we see a failed engulfing candle, we know for sure that this is literally going to help bounce price all the way to the upside. So as a day trader, you actually do have two levels to play off, right? You actually have a buy level, and then the same thing actually happened right here. This is a bullish engulfing candle that failed to hold price, right? So you actually do have this failed bullish engulfing candle, right? Now I'm not literally trying to say you should actually trade with the failed engulfing candles. I'm only trying to say these are literally high value areas in price that actually hold price, and these are what we call MNSR levels, right? So you actually want to either buy or sell from them depending on what the hour is literally presenting you with, right? Now, prices like present this particular level, and we also did see in price that you actually do have this level, right? So it means every single buy you actually want to take should end right here, and then you literally want to take sales all the way to the downside. And if you take a look at what another SNL level is, right, we did see a QML right here, and price keeps moving off SNL levels and is never going to stop going or through these levels, right? So now let's refine this. So after mapping out this entire play, you actually want to make sure you refine this to a point where you're literally going to get an accurate reversal point. That is to say, a point of price where price is literally going to like give you a tap and reject, right? So literally going to be like looking this up, right? Now we are literally floating in over 7K in profit, right? So I'm literally going to send this right there to the community, which I'm literally going to show you all on this particular trade. We're literally floating on this particular flip, right? So we just did a 500 to 7K. So which I'm literally going to show you all on this particular, right? So this is on the free Telegram community. You can see right now we actually did a 500 to 7K, right? And that is it, guys. So back to our section, or let's say back to this particular video, right? We might literally close out on 6K or so, right? But back to this. And we actually do see price move all the way to this upside. And if we decide to refine it, all of our refining should literally fall at this particular level. And every single refining we are doing should fall, should go a little bit above this level, right? Because you're looking at for to sell above and buy below a little bit, right? So I'm literally switching all the way to the 30 minutes, right? And on this 30 minutes time frame, we have just one structure in price, right? So you see that on this particular 30 minutes, right, we actually do have a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? And then price made a higher high. So now this is what we call an SNLC type 2, a situation whereby price gives you a double retest of a particular key level. Okay, so price giving you a double retest of a particular key level is more like a confirmation for a particular trade. And we consider it another valid SNL level, more like a continuation, right? So now let's say this particular price action did not literally happen. And we actually do see first, this is a key level, price breaks it up, comes back down, and then makes a push all the way to the upside, right? And with price coming back to retest this particular level, right? We actually want to refine this now to have a valid demand or supply level. Okay. Now I'm literally going to like say you can literally scale all the way to the lower time frame to look at for a valid demand or supply, right? So I'm literally going to say if you're practically having difficulties identifying high value areas like this, you should just use the 4 hour and then the 30 minutes, right? The 4 hour for your level, the 30 minutes for your refining, right? So this is what we're talking about. This is a 4 hour. Okay, this is literally a 4 hour level. And then we actually do have the presence of this right here. So I'm literally scale it all the way to the 5 minutes time frame. And on the 5 minutes time frame, we actually want to look out for the presence of this particular uh, supply or demand, right? So right here, we actually do have this. Okay, but I'm literally going to bring this all the way to the downside because of the point where we actually did save. So this is where my buy level is literally going to be, right? So we actually do have this in price. So can you all see what literally happened right here? For a moment, right? Take a look at what literally happened right here. And this is literally the same thing I sent to the community. As I did say, if you're new to this particular community, don't forget to like and subscribe, right? This is exactly what we actually did right there in the community, right? You can literally see the same buy level. And we actually did take this all the way to the upside. So if you're new to this particular community, don't forget to like and subscribe and then click on the link in this particular video description to be part of our free Telegram community, right? Now, price actually did move all the way from this point to the upside, right? Here we actually did have over a 1 to 5, which is the normal take profit level, right? Price did move from this point to this, which is more like a 1 to 5, right? Now, how did we actually look up this particular sales? Now, remember, the aim is to buy the sell, right? Now, taking a look at this particular level, we did see on the 4 hour time frame, the price actually did present also with this, right? This right here, this right here is practically what? This right here is practically a blind spot, a field engulfing candle, right? And if you scale all the way to the 30 minutes, right, you can still see that we are looking to like refine this particular um, level, right? We are looking to like refine this particular level. So now this is literally going to be, all right, we're trying to like refine from the 4 hour to the 30 minutes, right? And from the 30 minutes, we scale all the way to take or entry of its supply or your demand, right? Now, your entry is literally going to be on the lower time frame, hence the crazy risk to reward and price, right? So what do we actually see right now? Now, this is based on the 30 minutes profiling. So we actually do have another failed blind spot right here. So I'm literally going to say this right here is still my 30 minutes refined level, right? And then if you scale all the way to the 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute, so on, right? Or let's say 1 minute right here, because we actually just scaled up there. What do we see right here? We see price made this push to the upside, came back down, this, and then we actually do have this. So let's say we practically make use of this as per se, okay? But now this is in the normal range, so you actually want to make use of a level above a little bit, right? So this is going to take us all the way to this particular point, right? Now, I'm not saying you can actually make use of this, right? But even if you decide to make use of this particular one, right, you are literally still like good to go, okay? So take a look at this. So we take a look at this, right? You can see a clean, you can literally see a clean sell of this particular point, precision still, right? And we see a clean sell of this particular point, precision still, right? And then boom, entry was literally taken. And then with this surprise move all the way to the downside, right? So where did price actually fall back into? We are literally going to see price fall back into the next 4 hour valid SNL level, right? So this is literally an easy day trading strategy where you literally need to like play off the 4 hour SNL levels, right? So if you take a look at this, you're actually having another failed engulfing candle, which is more like a blind spot, right? We actually did take sell all the way from this point to this downside, right? Should have back into where we did see price moving all the way to this, right? And then boom, price rejects all the way to the upside. So this keeps happening over and over again, right? All you literally need to do is to make sure you literally right there and active, right, to be able to like catch these levels and see them happen over and over again. So as I did say, if you're new to this particular community, don't forget to like and subscribe, and then click on the link in this particular video description to be part of our free Telegram community. See you guys on the next slide.